Uncle Frank.
What's going on, fellas, man? How y'all doing today, man? We got something new for you guys. It's controversial, but it has to be discussed. It's it's getting a lot of traction right now, fellas, and we got to get together and have a discussion about this thing, man, because it's going to affect us as well as our future. Uncle Frank,
I'm OG Vincent.
What's up, everybody? Good evening. This is your favorite uncle, Uncle Lou.
And what's going on, y'all? I'm an OG, better known, aka Big Daddy.
Hey, Mr. P, y'all know how it is.
and fellas, we got a new special invited guest, a young man who gonna give us some insight on this topic that we discussing. We Fellas, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we got this young guy, man, and since we're gonna be discussing this controversial issue called cryptocurrency, I'd invite the youth in. Young man, introduce yourself to the fellas.
Hello, my name is Mason Cobb, and at the moment, I am going to sixth grade. Just recently graduated from elementary school.
Congratulations. Get that man a round of
Welcome,
applause, boy.
welcome, welcome, welcome,
Kudos,
welcome.
thumbs up, thumbs up.
One of these.
Congratulations on
So,
the
fellas,
graduation, young man.
we gonna get into it. And Paulos, if you don't mind, we want to play a little snippet so you can guys can get a clear cut understanding of what we gonna discuss, and we're gonna give you guys our opinion. None of us are experts, but we do have a financial guy on our podcast, and he'll be able to explain. So take off, sir.
All right.
But
Well, let me.
hold up before
Go
you
ahead.
get started. I want to know what the fella's drinking on.
Oh, that's right.
You
This-
absolutely right. Well, for
okay.
me, uh, I'm doing this thing again that I did last week. It felt so good. It's liquid IV and Tito's.
Liquid IV and Tito.
Mm.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got
Uh,
a craft beer called Hopping Frog Smashing Honey Blonde beer that I'm trying. Let me put it for the camera. Hey, give us a sponsor or something right there. Hopping Frog. Pretty tasty if you like craft beer.
mm.
OG Vincent over here. I'm sipping on my tequila.
Is that same one, Vince?
Yes, sir.
You can't spell it. Spell it.
Smooth, good drink. Don't worry about all of it.
Yeah, Uncle Lou. I'm just sipping on some little 1783 this evening.
Mm.
I'm OG. I don't know if I'm gonna drink on either that Club Shay Shay, but hey, that Shay Shay in the problem. But as always, I'm probably just gonna stick with my Georgia peaches and drink on that peach crown.
And the Unc and OG, you must be 21 or older to partake in any adult beverages. So the young man there is gonna be sipping on his throat because his Uncle Frank ain't got the man nothing to drink, bro.
Well,
We
hey
got we got to
man,
treat our
listen, man.
guests better than that.
I,
We got
I
to get it.
need I, I need him to be crystal clear and sharp.
Okay, you got it.
Man,
You
need
got
a
it. You got
Sprite or
it. Right.
Sierra Mist or something.
I'm gonna send some over there to you, Maceo. Maceo, what do you want? What do you want to drink, man? What's your favorite drink? I know
Coca-Cola, Kool-Aid,
I can't hear you,
Juicy
Uncle
Juice.
Frank. Can y'all hear? I can't hear you,
Nah.
Uncle Frank.
Can you hear us, Mazion? Frank, can you hear us?
Are they froze?
Nah,
They like they
Oh,
froze. They
nah,
like they froze. Nah, he
he ain't
moving.
nah, they
froze. He
moving.
just
We can't hear your drink. Hey, why Uncle Frank work out his audio?
Frank is on mute. He's on
He
mute.
on mute. Oh, okay. You got to unmute yourself. Let's see. Let's see here. Hey, Uncle Frank, you on mute. Hey, Mason, help him out. Your Uncle Frank Not your Uncle Frank, but there we go.
Told y'all he old.
Oh, there you go, Frank. Can you hear us now?
Yes, sir. I hear you.
You muted yourself. We didn't hear nothing y'all was saying.
Oh, okay. I was saying that with this clip describing is um cryptocurrency for dummies,
Oh, okay. Got
and it's gonna give us a little insight on what we're trying to do, how we're trying to do it, and get everything going.
you. All right. And so shout out to this YouTuber Craig. I ain't even gonna try to spell his name. Pertocco. This is a great intro to understanding cryptocurrency, the differences between the different blockchains and things like that. So we're gonna listen to a couple of minutes of it, and then we're going to speak on it or dissect it and try to help you understand what he's saying for those who don't. And just so come along with us. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Market that the world has ever seen. In our generation's one opportunity to generate massive amounts of wealth. Our opportunity right now to invest in crypto is similar to us putting a couple $1,000s into the S&P 500 and now having over $1.1 million. And even though investing in this market is fairly simple once you know the basics, sadly, 99% of people won't pay any attention and will still be left behind. But for the 1% that does, including you guys who stumbled across this video, you have an opportunity right now to be in that 1%, and even starting with a small amount of money, be able to become a millionaire in the years to come. Okay, I've been in the crypto space for over 5 years, full-time trading over the past 7. So this video is going to serve as a simple lesson of me taking all of the things that I've learned over my experience and giving you the simple, clean-cut version. So I'm going to show you things like cryptocurrency basics, the short-term and long-term investment potential that I see, how you can do simple, fundamental, and technical analysis so that you actually understand what you're in, different ways to actually make money in crypto, as well as how to buy, sell, and organize all of your crypto activity, as well as all the tips and tricks that I've learned over the years. So if you make it to the end of the video, you'll have a simple investing foundation to be able to invest like the 1%. So if that sounds
All right, just for a second, I sped it up for time purposes. So if it's too
Yes.
fast for you guys, let me know.
good, make sure you hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you like trading and investing. And if you end up liking this video, make sure you share it with a friend who you also want to be in the Future Millionaires Club with. So let's start off with the cryptocurrency basics so that you understand the main point of the entire market. The best way to think about crypto is it's a secure, transparent way of storing and sharing information that is viewed by everyone but isn't necessarily controlled by one person. This form of technology allows information to be transferable between parties, where during that transfer process, there's a form of encryption so that it's a secure way of sharing information, but can be done completely on an open ledger where everyone can see transparently what's going on. There's really no central entity that we're relying on to be transparent because both parties are in agreement and the information is there for everyone to see. So even though there's a ton of cryptocurrencies out there, there's a few main applications of crypto. The first biggest one, and this is applicable to Bitcoin, which is the most popular cryptocurrency, is something that stores value. So it protects against currency debasement and is a fast way of transferring wealth without borders, without having to deal with centralized government entities. Yeah, a lot of people just think this is for, bad activity. This is actually one of the most transparent ways of transacting. The second big use case for cryptocurrency is something called DeFi, which stands for decentralized finance. A simple way to look at this is considering it as programmable money. So imagine a network where you can set up automations where all the transactions are happening by themselves and you can continue to build a network without needing all these different departments of people doing individual things. It's a web of programmable money where something called smart contracts are executing all of these functions. We're going to dive a lot more into understanding a little bit about how that works so you can really wrap your mind around it. But coins like Ethereum, Solana, BNB, these are all things that, yes, can store some value, but are mostly geared towards decentralized finance. And this is probably going to be one of the biggest emerging markets that the world ever seen. Like I said, we're going to dive into that. And the third biggest category is something called stablecoins. Now, these aren't really used as investment vehicles. Rather, this is a cryptocurrency version meant to represent the value of a fiat currency. When I say fiat currency, I mean something like the US dollar or the yuan. Currencies that are issued by a central government. Some of the biggest ones are the USDT stablecoin, which is always going to be worth $1 and essentially allows you to use regular money, but on the blockchain. Before we dive into key terms and learning a little bit more about cryptocurrency, I want to move into section 2 and talk about the huge investment potential in the short and
All right, fellas. So let's stop it there. Thorough explanation of basic crypto, how it works, and the different types of crypto that there were. I wanted to ask Macion, what do you think about that? I mean, what is your reaction to that? Hearing that.
I mean, it's like you're basically just investing in a company using money and converting it into like crypto coins to make more money. And I feel like that would be a very good way to become a millionaire fast or to gain quick money. In my eyes, I feel like it's something that is good for the world. Something that can cause littler people that aren't as people that aren't as fortunate as other people to get a chance to get a chance of their money, a chance of being rich. And I feel like cryptocurrency is a big thing that could help with that.
Anybody else like to add to that, or what do y'all think? What do y'all? That's the take from the young man. So this is really his world, you know. To be honest with it, I just feel like personally, he is going to be the one who benefits the most from this whole crypto market and the crypto world, and it's you know, they're already using it. He mentioned something to us. I spoke with him yesterday, and they're already using digital currency when they do V-Bucks and Roblox. If you got any kids or young kids, you ever spent money and got them some Roblox or V-Bucks? I do my grandkids all the time. So they're comfortable with it. You know, it's a mind shift for me personally, like spending money for something that you can't touch tangibly. You know, so I had to switch my mindset. So when my son started asking for money to put on his, you know, Xbox dollars or then, you know, Roblox and then, you know, V-Bucks, it was hard for me to accept that. I'm like, what are you getting for this money? But for them, it's the norm for them. So they're comfortable transitioning that money into a digital currency and using it in their video games. And I guess in the future, they're going to be using it for a lot of other things.
Well, Paulos, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
I when the guy was talking earlier, he was talking about the growth potential.
Mm-hmm.
So, is this a short game or a long game?
It's a long game because it's a new market, meaning that everybody's not tapped into it, everybody's not using it. But eventually, just like the internet, when the internet first came out, it was a new market because people weren't used to buying stuff online or you know, going searching for stuff, and then those people who got in early, like Google and then Amazon, and you know, we all remember America Online, which didn't survive, but that's a new market. So there's opportunities to make money, to connect people who couldn't, because before you had mail order catalog where you could go and you could look at a catalog. I think you would call in. I don't even remember how you used to order it, or write in or order through the mail, send it off, and then it would come that way, which takes time and weeks. Versus once everything went onto online, you could reach vendors all over the world. People could shop from anybody in the entire country. Before, you know, we had to go down to the, you had to go to Walmart. Well, we didn't have Walmart, Kmart. What is the other store? Walgreens, Kessler. You see what I'm saying? You had shopping for us was actually going to an actual brick and mortar store, and where we had to touch stuff, exchange money, hand to hand transaction, and that's how we bought our goods and services. Or even like you said, you would call in an order or online. It was a big thing. You know, we're aging ourselves, and Michigan is probably like, what? It was a new market for us. A new market was when you start ordering food and getting it delivered. That was a new market. That was a new model. But
Right during the pandemic and after the pandemic, me and Vincent sat down and had a conversation, and we joined something called Robinhood. Vincent, could you tell the people what your experience was like when you jumped in there with Robinhood and you started making transactions?
Well, yeah, it's something new, and it's a stock exchange where you can go in and buy um different, you know, stocks. You can see what they're doing and play around with it. Well, I think, you know, if I'm not mistaken, both of us got in on the AMC. deal and made a little bit of money off of it. Missed out on the GameStop, but that's when I really started to learn about the stock market and how it moves and how it works and how it's manipulated and things like that. I'm still learning, and one thing I want to get more into and that I'm learning about now is options. I don't know enough about it to speak on it, but I'm learning about it. But it is another avenue to make money without spending a whole lot.
Well, Lewis, have you ever had a chance to invest or get on board with any of those things?
I do have a Robinhood's app. I haven't used it as much. The app that I've been using lately is called Acorns. It's kind of similar to the app that Vincent was speaking on. I've been playing around with it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a rookie. I'll be honest with you. I'm real nervous when I'm trying to look into stocks and trying to buy certain things. So one day I would love to join in with one of you guys and just go over some of the basic things, so I can teach my kids, my grandkids, just the basic on how to invest in stocks and bonds, etc.
See, what I think is happening, because our attention span is there, but our mind ain't wired to function as quick as his is. So when he gained the information, he
Exactly.
processes it 100 times faster than we do. What we do is, with this crypto space, we are apprehensive about jumping out there because we fearing the unknown. But for them, it's not the unknown because they've been doing it since they were born. We
Yeah.
just didn't know about it. So Vontura,
People,
what you think, man? Give me your honest opinion about this cryptocurrency and how we can maybe put an investment group together or something. Just try it from there. If with as little as $100 per person or $20 per person, or just tell me, bro, what you think.
Well, I'm gonna be just the opposite of everybody. I'm a little old school. I'm still that person that still put my money in the bank. I still check my. I just moved to mobile app, so I'm old school. I want to see my money there. Um, I'm not saying it's not good. I have invested in far as maybe getting CDs and maybe a savings account. And as we spoke on it earlier, like yesterday, I was looking to probably get into the IRAs, but I'm still old school. I want to see my money right then and there. So it's not gaining as much, but little I will try it. But as far as that,
it's a
I,
difficult transition for us because as young men, I'm sure all of us got that paycheck or got your money and went home, put it in the shoebox,
Right.
stuck it in the closet,
I,
hid that money.
I
So
did. I went
There's
straight down to Walton and bought me a pair of new shoes.
So
Hey,
man,
bro, when I was getting paid, I was cashing that check, going down to Walton, give me a new fit and some new.
oh yeah, I went down to
and,
I'm
Walter
spending
now,
it.
but that money was in the shoebox, so I got enough to get the ones I wanted.
Bro,
right,
I
right,
ain't
right,
nah, bro.
right.
I'm going straight from the bank to the store.
okay, fellas. So the young man is listening to us, and he wants to chime in and tell us what you think.
So like y'all say y'all old school, right?
Yeah.
hmm
And y'all days y'all would save up money, go to the store, buy candy, right? Then y'all would sell it for more.
Uh-huh.
That's basically like what cryptocurrency is. You use your money to pay for something.
Uh-huh.
But then after that you sell it and you get more out of it than you paid.
Okay.
So I feel like
So you think we just scared?
y'all scared, but y'all also saying it's the unknown, but
I
it's
am.
also
I admit
exactly what
Yeah,
y'all used to do.
yeah,
So
yeah.
he's
Because
saying, that this is basically what we used to do, but it's just a different process. That's
Just a
what you're
different
saying?
process online. It's what y'all used to do, just a different process, and
Okay.
it's online.
I
yeah,
need you to look
yeah.
at them and tell them what you're looking at me telling me. So they
Well,
need to
he
be able
told
to
us.
see you.
He
but
just
he
told
told
us. Oh,
he
he
told.
told us.
Okay.
But
But
look,
here's my
okay.
thing when I'm asking y'all. You know, I'm
Uh-huh.
that old man now because I don't got older. You know, y'all know me for the $2 bills. When I
Mm-hmm.
go see
Hmm.
my cousins and young cousins, they all walk up. They be like, "Hey, Two Story," and I reach in my pocket and I give them the $2 bills. Are
Mm-hmm.
we gonna get to the point in life like, all right, the kids come, hold up, wait a minute, what's your cash app? What's your stuff?
They already there, Tori.
Yeah, they
They
Yeah.
there.
already there.
Yeah.
They
I'm
already
saying,
there.
but
Yeah.
that's where it changed. You know, I'm just
Yeah. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
See,
You're
bro,
right.
That's what's
That's
behind
the
the
first thing
time.
they ask now. Like,
Y'all gotta
you got
understand.
my cash app
I'm
number,
still,
exactly.
I'm still the old man in the pop. I got 5 grandkids, about to be 7.
Mm.
So when the grandkids around, I still reach in my pocket, pull
Again.
out and give them a few dollars.
Exactly. So, you know, we still
They
on
like,
that money
they
tip.
like, can you give me Robux for these? Can I give you these back and you give me
Hey,
Robux?
that's what they want now. They want the oldest one is always on V-Bucks.
Yeah, them
Mm.
V-Bucks.
It
I'm like,
Yeah.
all
what is this
depends on like,
V-Bucks? Yeah, what is this
but
V-Bucks? And they going online and he's buying different weapons or skins or whatever it is for these video games with those
Wow.
V-Bucks.
but another thing y'all got to think about is for people who's my age, it's different age groups. And with different age groups comes different trends and different things. So your
Mm-hmm.
youngest one might want Robux, while your oldest one might want money, while the middle grandkid might want V-Bucks. Like it
Mm-hmm.
all depends on the age group. Certain age
Mhm.
groups want different things.
Yeah.
so what you're
Absolutely.
saying is the technology is changing so much that from group to group, we really have to understand what's going on.
Yeah, the technology basically changes every year. New tech, new apps, it changes every year. And with new apps comes new trends, and with new trends comes teenagers or preteens wanting new things.
Okay.
Right.
So how?
Question.
Go
Question,
ahead.
real quick, Frank.
Yes,
I
sir.
just want to. I just want to ask him: is everything he talking about is about video games and stuff?
No, what he's talking about is
Yeah.
how fast technology is changing.
Yeah.
But he's talking about it from because Vincent mentioned grandkids, and he
Yeah.
a grandkid. So what he's trying to do is get us to understand in our
Yeah,
language what he's
No.
saying because we
So what I'm.
used to dealing
So yeah,
with
what
them
I'm
on
asking
certain things.
y'all. So what Vincent just said, he go in his pocket, he give his grandson some money to buy. I'm saying, what they asking for, is it for video stuff? Is that what I'm asking?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Video stuff,
yeah,
but then it switches because again, we Uncle
it's mainly
OG, so
online. It's
yeah,
online
mainly
items.
online. So
Everything. Yeah,
they
I
want
guess
us to
Louis
convert it
asking what we
digital.
asking. What are V-Bucks?
Right.
Because I have no idea
Right.
what
I've
V-Bucks
never
are.
heard of that.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not.
Ask you,
I'm
Louis.
not a
I don't know
gamer.
what no
Like I
V-Bucks are.
said,
I've never been a
yeah.
cryptocurrency.
gamer.
Yeah. Let
So
him
yeah,
explain it.
V-Bucks is digital currency on a video game that you can
Yeah,
use to purchase different items within that game,
within
or
that game.
yeah.
Oh
And
wow.
Is
and
it dollar for dollar?
the thing
No.
about that is when you buy it and your money turns into V-Bucks, but when you buy it, they get the money. So like
Hmm.
you convert say $7 worth of V-Bucks is 1,400 V-Bucks is worth $7. So basically they take like they always gotta be consistent. So that's
Hmm.
like $7 equals 1,400. And then say $10 equals 20,000 V-Bucks.
Okay.
It
Hmm.
all depends on
What you buying?
what you buying or how much money you put in.
Hmm.
So what happens to the money? Can you sell it to somebody else? Or is the money just gone? Can you get it back?
Yeah, you can give other people V-Bucks, right? You can give somebody
Don't
V-Bucks
it?
in
You
your
you
game.
can't you can't necessarily give them. You can buy something for them with the V-Bucks, then
Yeah.
give them
The
it,
Hmm.
item.
the item. Yes, but you can't necessarily just give it away.
Okay.
So it's so
Wow.
many things going on with this technology. Um, and it's moving so quick. I understand But I think on like Lewis and Tory, um, I like the concept of cash, but guys, I really know that concept is about to be obsolete because now when I decide to give my grandson money, I'm finding myself cash apping it to him or Apple
Yep.
paying it to him because giving him cash. And I don't know if you guys know, I seen a statistic that said in 2023, only 16% of the purchases in the United States were cash purchases. So no
Yeah.
one is really doing hand-to-hand transactions anymore. And I've been to places that are cashless.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
this digital currency is definitely about to be the future. And Tori, if I was you, I would start hanging on to them $2 bills instead of passing them out because they're gonna be a part of a museum real soon.
Well, let
A
me
reason, a
go ahead.
Look,
reason that
I certainly got to know.
Hey,
I'm
don't be
passing
posting
them
that
out all the
online.
time.
Somebody gonna jump out your window. Go ahead,
Hey,
Monsieur.
It's just $2 bills.
a
The young folk,
reason that I
the
think
young folk, ask him, does he have even seen the $2 bill? Macy, have you seen the $2 bill before?
I had a $2 bill before.
he got it from me.
Did you get it from your granddaddy?
Yes.
Well, we need some more.
A thing a thing that I learned recently is one of the biggest reasons that they are turning currencies digital is because of robberies and stuff of that nature. If it's digital, then robberies wouldn't be able to come into a store and take money out on
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the register.
Okay.
yeah, it is
So
safer.
so people are probably thinking like, if we turn it digital, then they wouldn't be able to take money out the register. It will be
Mhm.
less robberies, and with less robberies comes with less casualties
It's less
Yeah,
crime.
yeah,
Okay.
and less crime.
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
even if
what's
you
up.
think about the whole construct of it all in the concept, you take your money, you put it in the bank, but you use a piece of plastic to go into this store and make a digital transaction
I'll put your name
Yeah.
in.
for those
So
purchases.
let me give y'all a
Let's talk.
just educate for those who not familiar with banking and how banks work in the banking industry. If you guys notice that when you say a checking account, you might notice that it says DDA. Have you guys ever noticed that?
Yeah.
It's considered a demand deposit account. And so what that means is for the banking world, and I'm telling you just behind the curtain of how banks work, how the banking world. And it goes back to when the stock exchange crashed back in 1920s or whatever that was. But banks only have to have so much cash on hand for their spreadsheet. So, for instance, say I have a bank and I have $7 billion in deposit accounts. I only have to keep at any point of time 21 to like 22%. You can check my number, but it's really about low to middle 20% of actual cash or money on hand. What I do with the remaining funds is I lend it out to other people, to other banks. That's how banks make their money. They take your deposits and they lend those out in mortgages to other banks, to other companies. And so that's how they are able to make loans because they only have to keep a certain percentage on hand on their books at any given time. So because the theory is that everybody's not going to need, you're not going to need 100% of your funds all the time at any time. So they keep enough reserves in there so that if you want to come in and deposit or withdraw some of your money, they've got that coming in, and the amounts change every day. Their books change. They send money out and it comes in every day. So they always keep a certain percentage on. So particularly now that we're going to a digital currency, they really don't have to keep cash, as you were saying, Frank. At some point, more and more banks are keeping less and less cash for security purposes and also for the purpose of what we were saying. We're going to a cashless society. It costs more to handle cash, to process cash, to send cash back and forth between us and the Fed. And so going digital or keeping as less cash on possible means, the banks have more access to the funds, more money, and they can lend out more. So that's just a quick background of that and why banks are going to that. You're going to get to the point where they're going to charge you to come into the bank and cash a check. even if you got an account, because it costs more for them to do it versus you doing it digitally.
But you know
So
what I might end up doing though? You know, how about just buy gold? Because regardless, if you buy gold, I'm just asking, if you buy gold, gold is the same value worldwide. Because you know, when you go to talk about cash, our dollar value is totally different in Europe. It's totally different if you in New
Japan.
Zealand.
You
So
know how
why
much
not just
gold
buy
weigh?
gold?
You know how much
No,
gold weigh?
but it's universal though. It's universal regardless.
but how
No,
you
no,
can't
no,
spend it though, Tori.
but it has a value though. You can
You
spend it. It
still
has a
got to
value.
convert it. You got
You
to
gotta
convert it
convert
into a
it to something.
currency.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But when you
And they
say the
gonna
most
charge
general,
you for the conversion.
Pretty much.
but hold on. But I
Yeah,
get
you
this
gotta.
for my value though, right, y'all? Because what gold is worth in the United States is the same. What is the same is it worth in China?
Yeah,
It
it
gold the
changes.
same as in
No,
the same. Gold is the same across the board.
Yeah, it changes daily. The price of
it,
gold changes daily.
the reason that gold changes is that everybody's currency is different. So say $20 here is 400 yen in Japan. It changes everywhere. So you could probably get for a gold bar, you could probably get $100,000. But if you take that and convert it into yen in Japan, you could probably get like 1 billion yen or
A crazy number.
a crazy
Right.
number.
Yeah.
You're
And
talking
that's
about the
because
conversion.
that
Yeah.
our money is
Yeah.
worth more than Japan's money.
So it's like that because Paulos is in banking. So he can give everybody a clear cut understanding of how it works. He can give us a clear cut understanding of how volatile the cryptocurrency market is. That's what scares us because it's so volatile. Like
Hmm.
since we've invested so much time and energy and money over the years, that we don't want to lose all of it in the next 5 minutes because we got so many days behind us and not as many days in front of us to try to make up for that correction. So, Paulos, as you explain this process, maybe we can go a little further in depth into our administration because our administration is pro cryptocurrency. And if you ain't careful, like you told us yesterday, by the time we find out, it's really too late.
But
Yeah,
I
I
feel like
think one place where the biggest problem comes in is like the young man like Mizion. Their brains are wired differently. Like they're used to adapting quickly, whereas we don't process, we don't change as quickly as they do. It's slower for us
Yeah.
because
Right.
over time, as we grew up, technology wasn't as advanced or changing as rapidly as it is now, and they adapt so quick.
Right. So I'm gonna show this. Share with you guys this quick clip, and we can get our next response to it. How the administration is manipulating crypto and how and they're not the only one. To be fair, a lot of governments are doing it. We just happen to have a president who's really benefiting off of it. But let's play this real quick. Let me share this. Let me make sure. All right.
Administration
hear this?
will go down in history as the greatest grift in the history of our economy in terms of the amount of money stolen and the size of it over the shortest period. Just some data here. Trump affiliated entities have made at least $300 million in trading fees. The Trump family's net worth has increased by $3 billion or $1 billion a month since he took office. Now, just some timeline. The Trump coin launched on a Friday night under cover of dark with all the news about the inauguration. By 3 a.m. on Sunday, it was valued at more than $70 billion. And there were a small number of investors who made large investments on a Friday. Maybe they got a tip or something. They made tens, if not hundreds of millions. And then over the course of the next couple of weeks, about 800,000 smaller investors lost billions. This market manipulation, this what would technically be called insider trading by the SEC, we'll never know because on April 8th, Trump's deputy attorney general ordered the DOJ's crypto fraud investigation arm to disband. Trump posted on Truth Social, "This is a great time to buy Donald Trump media at 9:37 a.m. Between 1 and 1:10 p.m., there was a huge increase in bullish zero-day S&P 500 call options. And then just 8 minutes later, Trump announced a 90-day pause on all of his tariffs, and the market soared almost 10%, one of the biggest one-day gains in history. So someone knew what was going on.
Of course they do. He calls them.
That's called insider trading. The market gained $4 trillion while Trump media closed up 23%, increased his net worth by $415 million. On April 23rd, Trump announced that the top holders of the Trump coin would win an exclusive dinner with him, and the coin surged over 60%. Just 58 wallets made more than $10 million apiece, totaling approximately $1.1 billion in gains. Meanwhile, 800,000 wallets of mostly smaller holders have lost money on their Trump coin. And it gets worse. Now the kids went on it. World Liberty Financial, a crypto firm run by Trump's sons, Eric and Don Jr., and they are entitled to 75% of its revenue. And now it's being leveraged to facilitate pardons for criminals. Justin Sun, a crypto billionaire, was under SEC investigation for securities fraud after investing $75 million in World Liberty Financial. Guess what, Kara? The SEC dismissed his case. This is what fucking infuriates me. I'm a realpolitik guy. I don't mind a little bit of corruption as long as it's good for all Americans. I don't mind a little bit of strong arming. But here's the problem, or the tragedy. If Trump brought half the competence, expertise, and elegance to governance as he does to grifting, the country would be in a much better place. We have a mob family running the country. That's the bad news. The worst thing is that Michael Corleone is managing the crime and Fredo is managing the government. You are so good at stealing. Can you bring some of that elegance, that expertise to the government?
Obviously,
Wow.
he's not a Trump supporter, but Nathaniel, do you get into politics much?
No.
No, okay. The smart
I
man.
don't deal with
Smart man.
politics.
Smart man.
It's
Smart
boring.
man. Hey, you should be running for one of our Senate seats. But that's the scary part about crypto. That Tori is talking about, that people who are on the inside, they have an opportunity to make a lot of money because, again, if they know that this announcement is about the company or something about to happen and they're able to invest early, then they can make a lot of money before everyone else gets on board. And of course, at some point, crypto is investment. Some cryptocurrencies are investment, so they go up and down. So I don't know if we want to go in further on the video where we talked about I guess how people make money on crypto. If y'all want to jump to that part of it?
Yeah, because that's the most important thing about any investment. If you're gonna change from what we know as the paper money system to this
Okay.
digital system, you really want to know how your investment is gonna play out. And how
Okay.
do you make money? And when you make it, how do you convert it into something that you can spend?
Okay. So let's listen to this same gentleman again, and I think this one is he speaks about huge fundamentals and maybe some more crypto fundamentals. All right. So let me share that, and then we'll tap back in and see what we think.
And long-term for this emerging market. So chances are you've probably heard a decent amount about Bitcoin. And the whole reason Bitcoin has caught a lot of traction over the past several years is because it is considered a store of value, fighting against one of the biggest issues that countries in general have and that the US is definitely starting to see, which is something called currency debasement. Currency debasement is basically when centralized governments continue to print money, increasing the total amount of money that is out there, which over time is going to erode the buying power of the currency. And you can see with the US dollar, since the 1900s, $100 now only has the buying power as of 2020 of $3. And this was during COVID, where we printed 22% of the total US dollar supply in just a few years, which is now even further drastically driving the buying power of the US dollar down. We're losing about 3 to 4% of our buying power per year. And this is one of the biggest things that the US is trying to solve. And there's something called global reserve currency. Right now, the US dollar is the reserve currency of the world. It's what we trade barrels of oil with. You can consider it sort of the gold standard currency of the entire world. And you can see the reserve currency status has changed hands quite a bit. In 1450, It was Portugal with the status, then it turned into Spain for about 110 years, Netherlands for 80, France for 95, Great Britain for about 105, and the US is now starting to creep up into that average duration of time. And now some of the other large players in the world, including Saudi Arabia and China, are looking to potentially switch currencies for the trade of oil, which if that does happen, and the US is to lose the reserve currency status, in about 6 months, the US would lose about 30% of its value. The cost of importing goods would become drastically more expensive. All of the debt that we've been accumulating, the government would not be able to borrow at the current rates, which would then result in a larger deficit that would need to be filled by either increasing taxes or printing more money, which then we would experience something called hyperinflation, which is what a lot of countries with older currencies see. This is why you can go to different countries with US dollars and you're able to have tremendously more buying power. And I'm not here to play the whole Armageddon thesis. What I am here to say is that even if this isn't to happen, over the past 120 years, we've still seen our currency lose about 97% worth of its value. And if that doesn't ring alarm bells, saying that the globe needs to store value that can't be inflated and manipulated by a centralized entity, then I don't know what does. And for years, gold has been the solution around this, and gold has been a tremendous store of value. But if we really look at the breakdown of gold, is it verifiable? Do we know how much gold is actually in the reserve, still kind of held by a central entity, whether it's a bank, whether it's a government? Is it fungible, meaning is it unique? Is it easily replaceable? The answer is no. Is it portable? Absolutely not. Can't lug around gold bars in your pockets. Is it durable? Yes, it's very durable. Divisible? Not so easy to divide up fractional amounts of gold. It needs to go through a process, and it's not easy to do. It's moderately scarce, so we're continuing to mine gold over time. We also have no idea how much gold is out in the solar system as well, which could drastically impact the actual value that we do see in it. Does it have an established history? Yes, gold has a very established history. It's been one of the best stores of value over time. Is it censorship resistant? Can the government or a central entity hide and lie about it? That gets a moderate rating. Is it programmable? Of course, gold is not programmable. And is it decentralized? Once again, most of the gold in the world is still primarily owned by central governments. So the decentralization of that is still at a moderate level. Okay, you can see traditional money scores almost low in every single category that's important. And if we look at Bitcoin comparatively, is it verifiable? Extremely. Fungible? Extremely. Portable? Extremely. Durable, it gets a moderate rating. It can be easily divisible. It is extremely scarce because we know there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoin. It doesn't yet have a established history, which also is an extreme opportunity to the upside considering that it's so early in the market. Is it censorship resistant? Extremely. Everything is open and on-chain for people to see. It is also openly programmable and 100% decentralized. Okay, so for rating currencies, Bitcoin automatically destroys all of what we've seen before and is a way we can store value and easily send it all over the world without having to physically move anything or deal with centralized governments. And if we look at
All right, so Tori, did they answer your question about gold? Unmute yourself.
Yeah,
Go
it
ahead.
does. Yeah, it does. What's up?
I'm talking about he got rid of your theory quick, then he told him.
Yeah, so that's your question about gold. And then fiat is flat money, just regular dollars. So let's see what else he says.
I just learned something as well. Did he say there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin? That's it?
Yeah.
Of Bitcoin. Now there's other
Yeah.
cryptocurrencies, but 21 Bitcoin.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
speaking on Bitcoin. Yeah.
Right. That's the only way that it can fluctuate in value because you can't make more of it. Whereas, they
Yeah.
print money, new dollar bills
Yeah,
every year.
daily.
So
Yeah.
so that's what he's saying. Okay.
the chart of Bitcoin compared to the chart of the US dollar, I'm pretty sure you understand where we're getting at. And like I said, I'm not here to call Armageddon, but I'm saying if you are in your 20s or 30s, the chances of something happening or just seeing what we've seen right now continuing to happen is extremely high. And considering that Bitcoin still sits at only $1.3 trillion, not only do I see this pretty easily being able to match the market cap of gold, which is sitting at about $15.5 trillion, but I can actually see this being more accessible to more people than gold, possibly passing the market capitalization of gold.
Now, I just wanted to stop it there just for us to take a look at that and look at where these corporations, the market capital are for them. This is how big Microsoft, Apple, NVIDIA, Google, Amazon, and this is the oil company. NVIDIA, it's a U.S. company. And they're what, right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five of the U.S. companies, largest companies are U.S. based. So everybody's trying to catch up with us. I thought that was an interesting look at it.
which if Bitcoin was able to pass the market capitalization of gold, we would actually see the price of Bitcoin pass $1 million, which still, if we look at the overall market cap, would only require about 15% of the total global money to be in Bitcoin for this to happen. Okay, so make sure you don't take this as financial advice, but not only do I view this as an amazing investment opportunity, but the amount of money that is going to drive into new companies and new cryptocurrencies that can move up hundreds of X's is going to be something that the world has never seen and is going to allow a lot of us to be able to amass a lot of wealth. But we need to know the details of how to actually interact with the market and be able to set ourselves up in simple ways to take advantage of that. So that's what we're going to dive into right now. Okay, on the
What do y'all think about that? Anybody afraid? They make you more afraid, or y'all don't care?
No, it really reassuring
No.
me.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's
Yeah.
making me feel like it's a better thing to invest in than to be scared of.
To be young, guys. Y'all was young and fearless like that at one point.
Hey man, that's how your fortunes are made.
Taking
Hey,
risks.
Taking risks.
see, look at this. Y'all remember y'all had that outlook in life?
I damn sure remember.
Who still feel like that?
I don't know about that.
Tory, you taking risks? Oh, we know Tory ain't taking risks. He still got his money under his mattress.
His money still in his pocket.
Hey, you better get you a better security system. You don't tell them YNs where you keep your stash at. You better.
I jump out there on a few things, but I still live by the process. If I can't afford to give it away, I ain't finna risk it.
Well, that's it, and we had this conversation before. Is somebody saying something? Oh, okay. I think we have I don't know if we were having this conversation before, but for me, again, I think this is good information for the little nephews and the young nephews, get on board of and start to learn more about, because I think for us, we're overly cautious. At least I would say the majority of people our age are not comfortable enough to jump out there and take those type of risks to make large gains, because again, it's not a get rich overnight type of thing. You actually got to do your research. You got to tap into people who know what they're doing. Get some of these young minds in on it and let them keep up with it, because I know it's hard for me to remember what I did yesterday, then to try to track where the Bitcoin is going and what cryptocurrencies has been performing over year. So I don't know. I need me a new investor. I'm gonna put my money in Mason.
The thing that I was saying, gentlemen, that I think is worthwhile, because I was looking at a play called ZBEC Network, and they selling these stock right now, or these cryptocurrency coins for half a penny. And gentlemen, when you think about it, we talking half a penny. When you get in Paulo's Cup, you told me by the time we find out about things, it's too late. Because I think Vincent said he got Ethereum. He got some Ethereum stock. And don't you guys know those things were over $2,000 per stock? Or per coin? Now imagine if we get in on the ground level of something worth half a penny, and it matures. It can mature to $2, and we have gained tremendously. More or less to the point Ethereum which is over, because I think Bitcoin is the number one coin. I think Ethereum is number 2. I think they saying Solana is gonna be number 3. XRP is number 4, and is somebody else who's number 5. I'm not sure.
Well, let me put a disclaimer out there. This Uncle Frank is in no way, shape, or form giving investment advice. And we're not responsible. We're not responsible
not at all.
For Uncle OGs worldwide. So don't come over here with us. Now you put something out there. That's the risk you take.
Yes,
we're simply promoting everybody to educate themselves.
Educate yourself.
That's all this is. This
on
just
digital currency.
Because everything that I'm stating, this is something I just seen on what is that? Crypto.com and Coinbase.
Yeah. But
Those are apps that you can download off your app store.
well,
So you gotta do your own homework and do your own
I'm gonna
research.
say, I'm gonna say that
And
my fear is coming from the financial industry. As someone who's been regulated and have to live up to these regulations, is the risk out there. Now, there's a humongous upside, but there's also a humongous risk. Again, like the video said, of those Trump coins, the top 1 or 0.0001% of people who invested in it made money, but the bottom 99.9%, they lost money because those top, people knew about it. They got some heads up, and they probably got some inside information allegedly. So be careful. Like if somebody's telling $10,000 in it, and you can't afford to lose $10,000. You know what I mean? It's better for you to diversify, to put a couple hundred here, a couple hundred there, and slowly work your way up, because no one's really going to become an overnight millionaire. Millionaires, those people who made millions were already millionaires. They already had millions to invest.
But in certain instances, it's kind of like the instance with what was it, GameStop and all that. There's a lot of manipulation going on in the market as well. You got groups of investors that, I mean, they predict the movement. They know if we buy all of this, we know what's gonna happen next. So they bank on it. They'll buy it up, lock it up, and then they know that second wave is coming.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna cause it to crash. Yeah.
Right. So that's important. I just want to put that out there. Your risk tolerance is what it is. As you get, like, I would love the mental capacity and mindset of Mason where I could take the risk, but at this point in my life, I'm trying. Mr. P trying to, he's trying to put them boots up, put them shoes up. I'm trying to retire someday. So we
can't hear Mazion. He's on. I think you're on mute, Frank.
Yeah, Frank, you're on mute. Frank, you can't hear. Lou and Tori. Oh, there you go. There we go. We couldn't hear him. Frank, say it again, Mason.
I said the thing about cryptocurrency is it's a huge risk. Mm-hmm. Like how y'all said, it's a huge risk. You got to know when to put money in it and when to take the money out. If you put money into it too soon or too late, you could lose money. Mm-hmm. If you take money out too late, you could lose money. Mm-hmm. So to think about that, you got to know like that middle spot that you need to put money in, put enough money in, and take the money out at the right time. Mm-hmm. So that you could gain. Say if you have a cryptocurrency, it goes through a line. Then the more people invested in, the more money people spend on it, that line goes up. Once that line goes all the way up, you will want to sell it and take your money out before it drops, before it goes back down. You want to know when to take it out at the right moment and the right time.
So you saying that, okay, for us in our age group, we really don't have the time to sit there and watch that line all day long. So how would we know when to buy it and when to sell it? Because we're not sitting there watching it.
Just like, say, every few days you just check in on it. And once it feels like it's a good enough point that like,
once I made some money.
Yeah, once you made enough money, however much money you want, you don't want to be too greedy because that's how you lose the money. But whatever you made, like a few thousands or a few hundred thousands, that's probably when you want to take it out. Whenever that line go up, all the way up, that's when you want to take it out.
Okay. If you remember, Frank, when I called you, I said, "Hey man," when I called you that morning, "Hey man, check your AMC."
Yeah. Yeah.
If we had caught it 2 hours earlier, we would have made a couple of more $1,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
because it was on its way back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. We don't really have the time to just sit there and watch it bounce around. So what I've been learning is when you see that line dipping, grandson, that's when you want to buy. When you see that line going up, that's when you want to sell it. So that's how you maximize your efforts. But go ahead, Paulo. I see you finna show us something.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how they're tracking the market price, and this is what Mason was talking about, how they track it. And we went and skipped ahead, but there's a lot of tools and softwares and data that they use to track it. So let's listen to them real quick.
Comparative analysis. All right, so now that we know a little bit about crypto fundamentals, let's take a dive deeper into some crypto technicals. I'm going to show you some cool ways to analyze cryptocurrency on a technical level. Okay, so the main thing that we're going to be using for that is something called TradingView. You can go right to this website, or this is where you can start to chart out some of your investments. So when you open up TradingView, it's probably going to look something like this. Okay, I could spend hours talking about the details of this software. If you're interested in knowing a little bit more, I'm going to link in a card right here an entire breakdown of my favorite features and how I use this software. But for now, I'm just going to teach you some simple basics that you can start to use right now to look at some of these cryptocurrencies and be able to see some cool data. So up here in the top left, if you click into here, this is going to allow you to pick which market you want to take a look at. In this case, we're going to be focusing on crypto. You can also do things like stocks as well. So if we click on crypto, then we're just going to type in things like Ethereum, Solana, etc., and we can choose which exchange we want to look at the chart on. Okay, so let's take Bitcoin as an example. So if we scroll all the way in, we'll see these little boxes here. So this box shows us 1 week worth of the price of Bitcoin moving. You'll notice this one is white and this one is orange. So for example, this white box is basically like a box and whisker chart. So we have the price opening here, closing here. And we also, once again, have the highs and lows here. So if we moved over to, say, for example, a 1 minute time frame, this is going to show us similar data, but now it's going to show us 1 minute worth of price action. So if you want to see what happened in the past week, you can say go out to something like a 15-minute time frame. It can show you what's happened, say, over the past week worth of price. If you want to see what happened over the past year or two, you can go into something like a weekly or a daily time frame. So there's tons of different ways to do all sorts of analysis on these charts. I'm going to show you about 3 or 4 of my favorite basic forms of analysis that you can start using on your charts now to understand a little bit more about where we are in the market. So let's take Bitcoin for an example here. Okay, the first tool that I'm going to use often is something called a trend line. So just like we were talking about bullish or bearish trends, I can click from one point to the other and be able to see different trend levels. So for example, if I click along these 2 lows right here, I can right click and clone a horizontal copy. You can see that lines up almost perfectly with these 2 high points here, sort of giving us a channel for the price action to move in and out of. Using trend lines can show us areas where the price will likely have troubles breaking through or areas where the price will potentially bounce off. So for example, if I drag along these lows, you can see the price of Bitcoin broke down underneath this line, tested it here before moving lower. And then now that the price is broken above this trend line, again, it came down, bounced off of that low, and is now continuing to move higher. Now, we don't know what's going to happen, obviously, with Bitcoin right now. You can start playing around with these trend levels to pick a little bit better of the areas and have an idea of the high and low regions of a certain cryptocurrency. So for example, something like Solana, I also used my trend line to see that these highs were bouncing off this level before the price was able to push above this level. This is why I alerted out to the private side of our team to buy Solana at this price. And now we're sitting up around 4 to 5x, even early on in the potential bull run. All right, the next biggest tool that I like using is something called a Fibonacci retracement. Once again, I have tons of videos talking about this in detail. Once you're done watching this, I actually made a video showing exactly how to 100x your cryptocurrency portfolio without having to find 100x individual coins, just by following some simple procedures, which is what I've used to be able to amass tremendous amount of capital. I'm going to put that video in a card at the end of this video so that once you have all the fundamentals, you can sort of dive a little bit deeper into that strategy. But this Fibonacci retracement allows us to find potential dip buy levels based on the natural tendencies of buyers and sellers. So I can essentially click at the top of the trend here. This is going to give me all of the numbers in the Fibonacci sequence. You can see this was almost the exact bottom of where the price went before then eventually having another run up to take a run at all-time highs. All right, and if you want to get a better idea of how high a certain cryptocurrency could go, something that we use in not only our investing, but our day-to-day trading as well.
Okay, so we'll stop there. So that's the type of analysis or information that you've got to be able to track, retain, and understand to know when to hold them and when to fold them, as Mason talked about earlier. So go ahead, Tori. What are you going to say? Tori, you're on mute.
Nah, I was just singing the song. You got to know when to hold
Yeah.
them.
And
Know
so
when
that's
to hold
why I
them.
say it's
We
going to
all
be
seen
really
The
tough.
Gambler.
Yeah, I know. It'll be really tough for somebody our age to, you know, the older. Unfortunately, as Uncle OGs, the older you get, the less capacity or mental capacity you have. Maybe you guys are different, but for me, I just know, you know, I just don't have the capacity, the mental capacity to do it.
Well, let me ask you a question, guys. Let me ask you guys a question. He named Solanas and a few other of those guys. Would it be okay? I'm gonna bounce this off you. What happened to me? Um, I put $40 worth of gas in my car, and I spent $30 getting me and my grandson something to eat. So would it be far fetched for me to take that money, add maybe $25 to $30 with it, and buy $100 worth of XRP or ZBOC network for half a penny, or XLM for 27 cents? Would it be harmful to just invest, do that?
No, no, I would say no, as long as you're buying
Not at all.
when it's lower than when it's in the upward before it goes, not when it's on its way down, but if you to buy it then. And again, if you're buying it and you're leaving it alone. So that's the thing that I guess a lot of people need to understand with the investment.
Yeah.
If you're investing, it's a long, like we talk about, it's a long-term game. You buy it and you just leave it alone. If you got some more money, you put it in there and you leave it alone. If you need that money tomorrow,
Don't do it.
Well, yeah,
no,
it depends.
yeah,
Yeah, for the way we operate, yeah, long term investment is the best way to go because you got some people that live off day trading, and that's
Mhm.
all they do. They trade all day, every day, and they're constantly watching the market move and manipulate, move this from here to there,
right.
sell, buy. I mean, constantly. But
And I
that takes
understand. I understand
yeah,
that they
that
may
takes
work.
focus.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It
saying.
takes focus.
They're gonna take major focus. So, Lewis, you're the most peaceful one of the bunch. Do you see yourself ever jumping into that space?
Honestly, I all you guys, I love y'all guys, and we talk shit, we kick it, we eat, we break bread, we party together. I, to be honest with you, if you tell me you, Paulos, Vince, I mean, Tori said he's old school, so he still got his money in the shoebox. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Tori. I'm in between. I'm back and forth in the middle. If y'all feel strong about something and you've done your research, you say, "Hey, man, let's do it." And it's a small investment, but a long term gain possibility. I'm down for it.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, bud. Let's do it, goddamn it. Let's do it.
Well, but Frank, that ain't a new concept. The investment clubs, black folks been doing that forever. They used to, our grandparents used to do it. It kind of fell off with, I think, our parents' generation, but they used to get into co-ops like that where they would pool their money together. Like you said, they would buy penny stocks and just leave them alone and, have somebody come in and talk and pool their resources. So they would do something like that. So it's like we probably need to just get back to what they were doing before.
Maybe
during the
that's
war.
what, see, that's why I thought this would be something worthwhile to talk about so that we can not pull a major portion of our resources, but just like money that we just kick around. Those dollars that we kick around from day to day, all these hot wings and hamburgers and those things that's not important when you can just go home and eat. I'm talking about that money that we mess up and throw away. Let's try to,
Yeah, you
like you
you
said,
you, you blow every day.
yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I
Tori,
mean,
no
if
more
if
hot
I
dogs
mess
for you.
around, if I mess around, I'll give you some crazy example for real. Um, for example, when the situation with the tree fell and my power was out, right? Had to clear out my refrigerator, throw all that food and stuff away. Well, I have not been back to Sam's to restock the deep freezer, restock the refrigerator, none of that. So what we've been eating out. It costs way more to eat out versus if I stock my refrigerator back up in my deep freezer, I could take that extra money. That's money I'm blowing right now that could be used to invest in something. We pulling our resources together.
Yeah.
I'm
We
with you.
we blow a lot. We
Yeah,
we blow a lot.
we definitely blow a lot because I was just talking to, I can't remember, maybe it was Lewis I was talking to when I went in Walmart the other day, and I went in there to spend $20 and ended up spending damn near 200. And
That
I
was me.
don't,
That was me. We was
Okay.
yeah,
we
and
was on
I
the phone.
don't
Yeah.
really remember nothing that I bought as of today.
Mm-mm. I remember you saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna spend about $100 and get these few things." I said, "Yeah, let me know how that work out for you."
Hey man, so guys, I think that, and then just think about this. I know it's a guy in our group right now that loves himself some Waffle House. And through the course of a month, I know he got to at least spend $200 to $300 a month eating Waffle House. At half a penny,
Hey,
you
and
know how
let's
much?
ask this brother. Um, unmute yourself, Tori. I didn't even ask you a question.
Do you own stock in Waffle House?
I thought y'all were talking about Lewis.
Oh shit.
Well, I'm trying to figure out why y'all calling my name. You know what I'm saying? He eat just about as much Waffle House as I do.
You get your shit free now.
I ain't gonna
he
lie, they
does
do
so much he
look. They
gotta
do
be
know me
getting
by
for
name
free.
when I walk in there. They do know me by name.
As soon as they hit the door, they say, "Mr. Tory, the usual."
Nah, they do. They be like, Torre. You know how you on Cheers? They be like, no. When I was like, Torre. So yeah, so you're right.
Here's the crazy part. Waffle House is a public company. They're a private company. I'm sorry, they're not publicly traded. So Tori, whenever they make that announcement, they're gonna go public. Hey, put your money in that Waffle House. They'll never go out of business.
Never.
I don't know. They keep fighting too much.
They've been fighting for forever. That's part of the ambiance.
That's free advertisement.
Right.
That's free advertisement.
You're right. It is. You're right, man.
Hey, I kid
Oh
you not. I
man.
kid you not. Let me tell you how
Gentlemen,
crazy it is about the Waffle House. Hold on. Me and my wife was coming back. I don't know where we were coming from one day, and we pulled into the Waffle House. It's got to be about 5 cop cars, and they got some guy over there on the truck. Dude, we parked and went right on in the
Right.
Waffle
like, and then hell,
Right. Right.
Didn't care. Didn't stop nothing. Let me get my let me get a waffle. Let
All
me get an
star.
all-star. Yo, yeah, I
Right.
got that all-star. Or
hey,
what you get at the Waffle
gentlemen,
House?
I want to say this to y'all guys right quick, man. I have really enjoyed this special guest we have, the young man. But
Yeah.
we got to, I got to realize that he a young man,
Yeah, it's
and
time for
it's
his
almost
bedtime.
his bedtime.
Yeah.
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 He want to say goodbye to us?
Yeah, so it was my pleasure having you
Thank
on
you,
the
sir.
show.
I had a good time for my
Thank you for
first time
spending
on the
time
show.
with us today, Mazion.
I
Yes,
appreciate it,
On
brother.
a
sir.
busy
You dropped
schedule,
some
sir.
knowledge on us.
Yes,
Hey, I
sir. I learned
appreciate
something
that.
from the young man.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
we gonna get together and we're gonna do some more things in the future.
I hope
All right.
join y'all
Hey,
podcast again.
All right. I love you.
I love you too.
All right. See you later.
Yeah.
All right.
hey, that's gonna be our man on the street right there.
Hey,
That young man is talented. He's
Right.
highly intelligent.
Very.
I don't know where he get it. He must get it from his grandma's
shit.
side.
He get what wrong with you?
Hey,
I,
by a show of
uh,
hands, he get it from his grandmama's side, don't he? Hey, by a show
no,
of hands.
yeah. Yeah.
that's a part of that legacy we talked about a couple episodes ago. You gotta
Yeah.
yeah,
invest.
yeah.
The more you invest, um, and then we also talked about a while ago about these kids that you spare the rod, you spoil the child. So he got to be strong in mind as well as strong in body. So
Mhm.
I appreciate you guys talking to my grandson. I appreciate you spending time with him. Uh, and I will hope. I'm telling you, hope that you guys love me enough to see my grandson out of pocket doing anything. Y'all whoop his ass. Don't have no strong conversation with him. Whoop his ass, then have a strong conversation with him. Because that's where we as men, we lose the ability to correct the right way. All the excessive talking is good, but these kids we just saw, they so swift that it won't be no problem for them to manipulate us. Cause their mind functions so quick.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. Yeah, I mean yeah.
So guys, I appreciate, man, all the energy you guys have spent with him and talking to him and getting to know him, and I need you guys to help mold him as well as I would do the same for yours, without question.
He's a great kid. Good job. Bravo to the parents and grandparents for raising that young man. He's on the right path. So we're gonna keep him covered and protected.
But guys, I want us to get together, man. Maybe I talked to Vincent today, and he went and bought some of that stock. It don't hurt to invest $20, $25, $10. It's half a penny. Shit. Like, I don't see where you can go wrong. Even if it goes south, you've lost $10. That ain't enough gas to put in your car to go to work. So just to take the opportunity to help you along the way. So guys, I appreciate this topic we talked about. None of us, like Paulo said, none of us are experts. The disclaimer is we're not trying to get you to invest in nothing in particular. We just putting the knowledge out there so you guys can go do the research on your own. And we want to see
Educate yourself.
Yeah.
Yourself. Make sure that door opportunity is open if you want to step off in there.
Right. Yeah. You've got to be putting something aside for a rainy day. You got to be at some point. You can't spend everything that you bring in. You can't be going out. We've been drinking. I don't know what we're doing, but you got to invest in something. Whether it's either investing in yourself or investing in your future. You've got to put a little bit away for a rainy day. So again, like Frank was saying, we blow $100 easy. Easy, we blow $100, and then if we can educate ourselves, if we can educate our kids, or if nothing else, they have the bandwidth, the knowledge, and the energy to keep up with this. And some of them, and they seem to be good. Mason seems to, at his age, he know about buying and holding, crypto or stock at the right time and selling. And I had no idea at his age or what finances were, how money worked and how things move. So, no clue. So he's light years ahead of where we were at.
At his age, I knew I got $5 out of my mama. I'm hitting that candy truck in the morning.
Right. That's what I'm saying, bro. Shoot, bro, I know I could get for $1. I could tell you with the calculator. For $1, I could give me a free
candy all day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I knew I could do that. Dude, if I got me 50 cents, this is what I can get. So, for him to even be having that mindset to even think about that, that's awesome.
And this is the thing, the craziest thing about it, John. This is why we got to be careful with our children, because that financial literacy, he didn't learn that from me. I don't know where he gained that knowledge from at that age. So we got to be careful what we want to let our kids get into, because their mind is functioning.
Yeah, their level of understanding and ability to adapt, their ability to multitask is a lot more advanced than we were. Like, just pay attention to them and look at the level of video game. Some of the video games my grandson play, like, I don't even like, how are you even making the buttons do? Yeah, and making the like, we had four buttons on that joystick.
You had that Pong, that Pac-Man, that one thing right there.
We had a joystick and one button.
One button, one red button. You're mute, Frank. We can't hear you. No, we still can't hear you. Hey, while Frank is getting his audio there, Tori, let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Which mattress you keep the money under?
Don't keep mattresses
I'm,
Nothing. You come over here, you're gonna
I'm
be
about to
very
send
upset.
them. I'm about to send them nephews over there.
You could go in his house and go up under the mattress while he in the bed. He'll sleep right through it.
He'll sleep right through it.
Look,
Hey,
I ain't got nothing over here but $2 bills. That's all I
hey,
got.
that's all right.
Uh,
And,
That's
and
what.
that ain't worth
and
It
playing with.
adds up.
wake up,
It
all them
adds
$2
up.
bills be gone.
Look,
Yep. How
and
many is
be
that,
honest with you,
Tori?
I got this today when I went to the bank. 'Cause, when I go in the bank, sometimes they be like, "Tori, we got $2 bill. How many you want?" And I say, "How many you got?" And then
How
I get
many
them.
is that?
So,
How many is that? That about $200. $200.
I can't remember. I think it's like 100. But
Hey,
that's what I got today.
hey, how many $2 you need to get to $40, Tori? Quick math.
You ask me how many dollars I need. Of course, I would know that 20 without
Okay,
thinking. Okay.
Hey, that's
So
why I got
what?
my answering.
right. He had to think about it.
Hey, blame it on the alcohol, Tori. Blame it on the
Right.
alcohol.
Nah, he was like, last time I left $40 on the table, I counted out. Hey, Tori, you leave
Count on the
$2 on the
table.
dresser?
1, 2,
No, I them
wait a
$2.
minute, 2,
You don't leave
4.
but $2 on the
I,
dresser,
I
Tori? You
say,
don't,
what
you
can
don't
I
even
get
get.
for $2?
Damn.
I ain't gonna
Damn.
lie. Look, I've been fucking with y'all. I'm on 4 glasses.
Four
Yeah, I've been
Like
glasses.
seeing.
Vince, like Vince
I,
said, like Vince
God,
I,
said, this damn podcast had me drinking.
you don't
You see
even
my
you don't even be
eyes?
leaving $40, Tori. You don't leave $40. You don't leave but
I
$2
leave
on the dresser.
$2, man. $2.
$2. So inflation, bro.
For $2 for 2 points.
Hey,
oh boy.
that's why he got so many of them, bro.
Hey,
Hey,
Tori,
Mm.
I need to get one of them $2 bill from you because I'm gonna put it in a frame. I need to get one of them
Hey,
from you.
one other thing before we get off of the stocks and all that stuff,
yeah,
y'all know they do have platforms you can go to that's like dummy platforms where you can learn how to trade, buy,
yeah,
sell. It's not real, but you can play around with it in there.
hmm yeah.
Mm.
There's tools out there. So again, like I said, educate yourself.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, big if anything, we say educate yourself. Bring in, like I said, one of these young minds, or like I said, if I had my grandson was interested in it, I definitely have him. Hey, look at these numbers and let me know when these when they fall through here. I'll make a game out of him. For every time you see me, I give you $1. Every time you see
Hey,
something, you give me a stock option, I give you $1.
but
Or
Paulo,
Robux.
you just started something because you about to make me have amazing looking at this thing all day long.
Yeah.
Cause
So
he
give
sees
me
something
a
I
couple
can't
of them.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can recognize the patterns, and it might be interesting to him. Hey, that might be the next, crypto king. Just imagine getting in at 11, and you take your bumps and bruises by the time you anything. I think they say become an expert at anything. You got to spend like either 10,000 or
He,
20,000 hours.
he about to take the podcast left. I already see what Tori doing over there. He finna go
Oh,
left with it. Let's
Oh,
oh
end this
Lord.
conversation and delete. Hey, cut him off. Stop it.
Cut him off. Hey, I don't even look
Somebody
at
stop
Joke
it.
eyes. I don't even know what he's drinking.
he
Oh
gonna
Hey, you
man.
change
don't
it,
want.
ain't
You do
Oh,
not
never
want to
mind.
know.
What
Frank,
is
don't
that?
look at it. That's that bottle he showed us. You remember that bottle?
on the ship.
Yeah, he bought it
Oh Lord have
one of them
mercy.
islands.
He was on
Man,
the
He,
boat when he
I'm
bought
being
that
honest.
bottle.
I'm just talking about some
he
shit. Y'all
actually
don't know
put
what
that
y'all
up there
talking
in the
about.
camera. You want to show the world what you put in your mouth on.
Oh, yeah, some shay shay.
I
Some
man,
shay
listen.
shay.
Hey, and on that note,
I'm trying to
Right.
tell you on that note,
all right,
Junior.
fellas. Uncle Frank, enjoy your trip. Are we gonna be able to get back together next week? So y'all looking out for us. We might be.
Hey, gentlemen, listen. This is what we gonna do,
Go
man.
ahead.
We gonna keep this thing going like it going. We need to get together and do a special Father's Day edition. Maybe we can get out
Yeah.
and go somewhere, man. Get dressed up, have our little photo out with the people, and I am really looking forward to getting out with you guys and let's do
I
a
thought
special
that's what we
Father's
were going
Day edition.
I
And
thought
maybe
that's
we
what
can,
we're going to do.
God,
Hold on.
maybe we need to have a something, man. We just carve off a day. We get together, man. Go to a park or Vincent got a generator. And
Hold on. Before you go there, I thought we was already gonna do the Usher Day. That's on the 18th of this month. That's
What
the
thing?
Wednesday right after the
At the
Father's
Braves
Day.
game, the Usher bobblehead at the Braves
Oh,
game.
yeah,
The Bubblehead,
but
yeah.
I'm talking about before that. Father's Day before that, gentlemen.
It's
I'm
like
so
talking about
the
it's next
Sunday
Sunday.
before.
what yeah,
It's the Sunday after the Wednesday after that Father's Day. But
yeah, but
everybody, y'all
yeah,
married guys, so I'm pretty
yeah.
sure y'all wives got
No,
something special for y'all.
no, that ain't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we can carve off a day for a few hours because like I was just about to say, Vincent got a generator and my smoker gentleman is electric. So at any given moment, we can pull up anywhere and turn that into a party for us. We don't have to go nowhere in particular. We don't have to be locked into no place. We can just pull up anywhere and fellowship with each other or fellowship with whoever around us and get this unks and OGs Christian the right way. So whatever you guys think is good with you guys is gonna always be good with me.
All right, yeah, because I know this weekend I'll be gone. I'm going to see my new grandbaby
Yeah,
All right, all
this
right,
weekend.
all right.
yeah.
Uncle Frank gonna be when you leave for Paris, Uncle Frank.
Oh, y'all going to
Uh
Paris? Oh wow.
no, I don't change my mind.
Must be nice.
I don't change my
Y'all
mind
talking
just
about
yet.
me? Y'all talking about me and money under the mattress? It's joking around. You going to Paris?
No, no.
He
Hey,
finna get
Uncle.
he finna
You
get
know,
some of that
it's all
euro.
Hey,
you
it
know
say
what
Uncle and OG's worldwide. Uncle Frank is
but
worldwide.
you know,
Right.
I got a niece that be here, there, everywhere.
Mhm.
So in the process of her being here, there, everywhere, she ain't over there no more. She in LA now. So
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna shoot over there because that's for me, man. That's like my favorite place. Um, take my son, uh, leave him over there for about a month, and let him enjoy it, and then come on back. But I'm gonna
You talking
enjoy
about
every minute
LA or
of it.
you talking about Paris?
Who? LA.
You talking
Hell no. LA.
oh, so you're
But
not going to
I
Paris?
like
Oh, they
nah,
just
hell
Carlos
no,
talking
man.
shit. Oh,
I like to go over there with them gang members at.
Yeah, you go right on ahead,
Them
bro.
my people.
you better
You
take
go
out that
right on
red though.
ahead. Hey,
Hey
you better
man,
You
check
you
in.
better
What
go
know,
they
to
say? You
LA with
gotta
that
check
red
in.
on.
I
They
got
say you gotta check
everything
in at
on me.
LA. In
Yeah,
LA,
I
Check
you
got
out,
gotta check
listen,
in.
man. Listen, man, I got on everybody. I represent everybody. So I don't have them problems. But
check
like
out
I
that
said,
new hamburger spot, man. With Nipsey brother just opened up a new burger spot.
okay, I'm definitely gonna do that. So like I said, gentlemen, man, I ain't gonna be gone for a day or two at the most, and then I'll be on back. But let's try to get there shoot to do something, man, amongst each other. Like
When your
get
birthday, bro?
my birthday, June 17th.
Oh, okay.
So, gentlemen, man, I'm gonna sign off. I love you guys. And in closing, it always been my pleasure. All right, Vincent, take off.
Yeah, I appreciate the conversation. I always appreciate the camaraderie, and every time we get together, it's a blessing. Love y'all, and yeah, let's keep this thing going, man.
Talk to him, Lewis.
Hey, man, I learned so much tonight, man. Blessings to your grandson. He's very intelligent. May God keep his hand on him. I can see that young man being successful in life. Thank you to Uncle Palos for his insight, Vincent. You guys that's been in it for a minute. I learned something. I will be tapping you on the shoulder real soon just to get a little bit more insight. I will be downloading some of the apps that you guys did speak on. I appreciate you guys. Let's fellowship more offline. Um, also, OGs. Let's keep going, man.
Talk to him, Tori.
The way I'm gonna end it off is it's always a pleasure talking to y'all. And of course I'm gonna try to do something else one more. But in the meantime, I'm still gonna put it up under my bed. Cause I don't trust that digital shit.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with
Hey,
you. I'm with you. Carlos, take us
hey,
out of here, bro. Take us
and
out of here.
y'all young nephews and little nephews, stay away from Uncle Tory for OG Tory. OG Tory got that fire, so we just playing. Don't go over there playing, mess with that
Right.
man. All
Please
right,
don't.
stay in y'all lane. Don't go over there mess with that man. But I appreciate you guys, Uncle and OGs. I think it's been a minute since all 5 of us been together, right? So we
Yeah.
do got to make that happen. So
Mhm.
I'm down for it, fellas. It's time. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, you're right. We have been together for a while.
Yeah, it's been a
Vegas.
while. Been a while. Yeah, a few of us here and there, but yeah, we got to make it
But
happen.
when we gonna get these tickets for the Braves game? Are we gonna do the Braves
Yeah.
game?
Are we gonna do the Braves game on that Wednesday?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, like I said, I don't support the Cobb County Braves, but I go for y'all, fellas.
Hey,
All right,
man,
so
I'm
get the
with
tickets.
it. I'm with it. And
Well, Carlos, that's probably something we need to discuss. Are we gonna try to have a show out there? How we gonna possibly try to do that? When we set up, we're gonna sit up at a bar and talk for a brief
I
second.
don't know. We'll have to talk about it offline and figure out once we lock it in. So last time, don't get them tickets and
who got the tickets last time?
I did.
Lewis got
Lewis.
Uh-huh.
Lewis,
Yeah, I think
do
Lewis
your
bought
job
them last time.
then.
So what, bro?
Do your job, goddammit. You got them
Hey,
last time. You done good work.
hey. We might as well be up in the goddamn 400 section because we ain't watched none of the goddamn game. We were just drinking and talking shit.
I'm trying to
Hey,
tell you.
that's all that
I don't
matters.
even see them. Did they even score? Because I don't even remember them scoring.
Right.
I have no idea.
Acuna back. So, hey, yeah.
Who did they play?
I can't remember.
Hey, I didn't know.
Hey, who was pitching?
Right. Everybody took turns going to the bar. Get drinks for everybody.
I still got my I still got my Hank Aaron bobblehead though.
Mine's still in the box. Mine's still in the box.
Yeah.
Mine's
I
still
gave
in
it
the
to my
box too.
father-in-law. So yeah,
All
let's
right.
make it happen, guys. So
all right.
So we'll have our Usher bobblehead.
Yeah,
Maybe
just
Usher
let me
might
know.
perform.
Okay, fellas, man, I'm finna get off, and I love you guys,
All right,
man. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, man.
Peace out,
Later
y'all.
on.
All right,
All right, man. Y'all have a good one.